And so, members of the faculty, honored guests, it gives me great pleasure to present this Man of the Year Medal in Archaeology to a great gentleman, a great scholar, a great scientist, Maynard G. Krebs.
No, your eyes weren't playing tricks on you. This really is my friend Maynard G. Krebs. Spooky, huh? I mean, up to now, science was interested in studying Maynard. Well, it all started a couple of weeks ago when Maynard and the dean were having a little meeting. At that time, too, the dean was concerned with Maynard's future in the academic world.
You're expelled.
Dope, I got a funny feeling he's trying to tell me something.
Maynard, pay attention.
Krebs, what do you have to say about these wretched, shameful, deplorable midterm grades of yours?
They're wretched, shameful, and deportable.
That's deplorable. And Krebs, your school record is a disgrace to the college, a blot on the entire academic world, a pitiful display.
If you don't like my work, sir, you don't have to beat around the bush. Just come right out and say it.
Krebs, I'm a kind-hearted man. I don't want to expel you.
I'll give you a break. You don't have to.
Dean Magruder, may I say a few words in Maynard's defense?
All right. All right. Go ahead.
I can't think of any. No. I mean, please give Maynard another chance, sir.
I'd be happy to. If you can give me one reason for these dreadful marks.
That's easy. They won't let me cheat.
Sir, isn't there anything we can do to keep Maynard in school?
I'm aware of the grave importance of this matter, Mr. Gillis, so I'll make you a deal.
Anything, sir. Anything to keep Maynard in school.
All right. Find me one member of the faculty who's willing to put up with Krebs for a full semester.
Maynard, you're out of school.
No, good buddy, don't quit. I mean, don't dump me. Don't drop me like a hot tomato.
Maynard, that's potato, and calm down. I just remembered a very intelligent member of the faculty who might be willing to take a chance on you.
Any member of the faculty who would take a chance on me ain't intelligent.
And who are you thinking of, Mr. Gillis?
Dr. Burkhart in archaeology.
That's possible. She's a woman and therefore sympathetic.
And understanding.
And sensitive.
And helpful.
And public-spirited.
And soft-headed.
She'll do it.
Oh, my dead body, I'll do it.
Please, Dr. Burkhart, don't be hasty. Give it some thought.
Very well. I'll give it some thought. I'm giving it some thought. I've given it some thought, and I won't do it.
She's got a point.
Dr. Burkhart, don't you realize how vital this is to Maynard?
I don't.
Please accept him in your archaeology class. It'll change his whole life. Why, if he passes the course, he'll be assured, self-reliant, confident.
Flabbergasted.
Look, Mr. Gillis, Mr. Krebs, I pride myself on being a kind-hearted person, but...
I wonder why so many kind-hearted persons are so anxious to boot me out of school.
Dr. Burkhart, we came to you because we felt that you're a person who's sympathetic and understanding and sensitive and public-spirited.
And soft-headed.
Maynard.
Just hold the mind of the conversation.
Mr. Krebs, anyone who inspires such loyalty in a friend as you inspire in Mr. Gillis must have something pretty worthwhile inside him.
So you'll give him a chance?
You'll give me a chance?
I'll give you a chance, and may heaven have mercy on my soul.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dr. Burkhart, thanks. You won't regret this.
You want to bet?
Dr. B, if you're one of nature's noblemen like Dr. Schweitzer or Florence Nightingale or Ben Casey.
Archaeology? Oh, come now. He can't even pronounce it.
Dad, that's not fair.
Is it true?
Oh, it's true, all right. It just isn't fair.
I rest my case.
Dad, I'm afraid you just don't understand.
Oh, I understand, but good boy. You college kids don't pay no attention to the rest of us because you think we're a bunch of old fogies, don't you?
Yeah, I'd rather not say, Dad.
Go ahead. Say, boy, say. I won't do nothing.
All right? Yes, sometimes we do think you're a bunch of old fogies.
I have just cut your salary $3 a week.
Dad, you promised. You promised.
Right. And that'll just show you that us old fogies is twice as smart as you young fogies and 3 times as tricky. College, too. I ain't got a college education, and I'm doing all right. Look at this store here. I do the buying, keep the books, take the inventory, run the whole shebang myself. Can you stand there and tell me that anybody does this is stupid? Well, why don't you answer me? Answer me, boy.
I refuse to answer on the grounds that I can't afford to lose another $3 a week.
Okay, you don't have to answer me. I know what you're thinking, and I'm cutting you another $3.
Dad, could we get back to Maynard, please, before I have to declare bankruptcy?
Maynard, what is all this talk about Maynard? You know as well as I do he ain't got one chance in 5 million of passing that archaeology course. Why, he even flunks recess.
But he's trying. He's giving it everything he's got. Day and night, he's got his nose buried in a book.
Mr. Krebs.
What? Who? Where?
We are studying archaeology. May one ask what you're doing?
One may. Research.
Prehistoric Pete.
Yeah, it's all about them cats in the olden days who ran around their DVDs.
Mr. Krebs, I'm taking this comic book to the dean.
Oh, that's okay. Would you please ask him to return it when he's finished reading it? Because it's all about this prehistoric Pete and his girlfriend, Stone Age Sarah. What a dish.
If you please, this is, despite appearances, still a class, so may we return to our study of the Stone Age? We may, or you shall all receive bright, shiny F's on your report card. Thank you for your cooperation. Mr. Gillis, tell us what you know about the Stone Age.
Me, Dr. Burkhart?
You, Mr. Gillis. Have you read today's assignment? And oh, what a foolish question.
True.
Mr. Gillis, I know why Mr. Krebs, for better or worse, is taking this class. But why are you enrolled here? And oh, what another foolish question. And good morning, Miss Overholt.
Good morning, Dr. Burkhart. I know oodles about the Stone Age. Just ask me.
Well, that's a refreshing novelty. Tell us what you know, Miss Overholt.
The Stone Age is that age in the history of mankind that was marked by the first use of stone implements. It is generally considered to have begun approximately 20,000 years ago. The Stone Age preceded the Bronze and Iron Ages.
Well, that's an excellent recitation, Miss Overholt. From what encyclopedia did you get this valuable information?
What encyclopedia? From Maynard's copy of Prehistoric Pete.
Very funny, Miss Overholt. Class, we shall see who has the last laugh come grading time. Now, students, to our next project. Do you realize that in this very classroom, we're only a few miles from the home of a race of crude, primitive savages?
What few miles? My family only lives 2 blocks away.
No, Mr. Krebs, I'm referring to the Wasatch Hills on the outskirts of town. Out there, a few thousand years ago, lived a tribe of cave-dwelling Indians who looked like this. Stone Age Indians, hunting wild beasts by day with primitive weapons, huddling at night in dark, cheerless caves. And students, we are going to see them.
The Indians?
The caves. The tribe itself has long since vanished into the darkness of time, but the caves still remain. And students, we are going to explore them. And perhaps if we're lucky, we'll find an artifact.
Like artifacts?
Like artifact. A remnant of a knife, cooking bowl, perhaps an arrowhead, something that will aid the class in its study of the Stone Age. Now, we have bus transportation to the Wasatch Hills for only half the class at one time, so we shall divide into 2 groups.
Dr. Burkhart, you mean we'll be up there in the hills where it's quiet and peaceful with lots of lonely, isolated, romantic trails and like that?
Precisely, Mr. Gillis. And that's precisely why I've assigned you and Miss Overholt to separate groups.
Well, now, just a minute, Dr. Burkhart.
Chin up, Mr. Gillis. You can't win them all.
No, but you can sure lose them all. I know.
Oh, there they are, the Stone Age caves. Now, the entrance is just past that ridge. Follow me.
Hey, girl, ain't you forgot something?
What?
The rest of your outfit.
Maynard, this is all of it. It's the latest style.
Man, what an age we live in, just like Stone Age Sarah.
Hurry up, Maynard. The class is getting way ahead.
I can't go no farther. My feet are aching from head to toe.
Well, why didn't you wear heavy shoes like Dr. Burkhart suggested?
Because I ain't got no heavy shoes, so I wore 2 pair of sneakers.
Maynard, you're the strangest fellow I ever met.
Well, we all gotta be good at something.
But I better go catch up with the rest of the class. I'll ask them to slow down and wait for you.
You're all heart, girl. Ooh, man. I'm all foot. Man, it's dark in here. And spooky and damp and dank and spongy. Just like my room at home. I wonder where those ladies and gentlemen of the Stone Age put a light switch. Man, that's service. Like thanks. Thanks? Like thanks who? Oh, like hi. Excuse me for barging in like this, your Indian ship, but I didn't know nobody was home. My name is Krebs, Maynard G.
Ugh.
That's your name, Ugg? Ugg who?
Ugh.
Oh, I dig. Ugg, huh? I mean, it's like Walla Walla or Simone Simone or Hildegard.
Ugh.
Krebs. Oh, man. Hey, did you paint this?
Gagoon.
Oh, it's like beautiful. Ooh. Hey, did you paint that too?
Higa.
That's like beautiful too. And man, that's good work. I mean, you're another fuzzy Michelangelo. You mind if I sit down?
Hey.
Yeah. My teacher, Dr. Burkhart, brought us out here to go exploring these caves on account of there's something special.
Agagu.
What's so special? My good man, don't you know that once upon a time, years and years ago, these caves were inhabited by Stone Age Indians?
Agona.
Please don't interrupt. Oh, once upon a time ago, these caves were loaded with prehistoric characters who had long, stringy hair and beautiful coats of fur and clothes made out of skins of animals and shoes like tied on their feet.
Igu.
Yeah, like that. Anyhow, Dr. Burkhart brought us up here to look for artifacts.
Igogo.
Artifacts. That's the stuff that was left behind when they like varnished into thin air. You know, like knives and axes and arrows and stuff like that. Yeah, you got the idea.
Igogo.
Oh, gee, like, thanks. I mean, you're like a real human being. More or less. Hey, I want to give a present to you, too. Here. You can read this in case your television goes on the blink, you see? That's prehistoric Pete, and he lived in a cave, too. Hey, maybe you have the same landlords, huh? Well, I gotta be going now, because when Dr. B finds me missing, she's gonna start worrying. That is after she stops applauding. Oh, this? It's a camera. Like, watch. See? Don't be scared. I mean, it's just a camera, right? All right, now, ready? Like what? Say cheese. It's like magic. I mean, it's like, abba.
Abacadabra.
Yeah, that's it. How about that?
Unaga.
Sure, you can have it. I mean, it's like courtesy of the house. I mean, I don't know what that means, but they always say that in the movies. Hey, how do I like get out of here anyway? Huh? Oh. Gee, I thank you for your courtesy, and you're a true blue host.
Agagun.
We'll have lunch sometime. You bring the eats.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
That's what my father kept saying, but after a while, he got used to me.
No, not you, Maynard. The stone axe you brought back with you.
Do you realize what this is?
Sure, an axe.
Right.
Made of stone.
Right.
From the Stone Age.
Right. Now do you see what you brought back?
Yeah, an axe made of stone from the Stone Age.
Exactly. And Maynard, you still don't get it.
This thing is thousands of years old, mate.
It's genuine. It matches this picture in my archaeology book perfectly.
Yeah, where'd you find it, Maynard?
A man gave it to me.
A man? Who? What's his name?
Ugg.
Huh?
Not huh? Ugg. As a matter of fact, Ugg.
Where'd you meet this Mr. Ugg?
In a cave. That's where he lives.
Mm-hmm. His name is Ugg, and he lives in a cave, huh?
You're a little slow, Mr. G, but you're catching on.
Maynard, listen to me. Tomorrow you're going to take this axe to Dr. Burkhart, true?
True.
And she's going to be very proud of you because this is a historic relic, a truly remarkable find, true?
True.
And on account of this remarkable discovery, she's going to give you a good grade in archaeology, true?
True.
So when you give her the axe, kindly keep your ridiculous, idiotic, screwy story to yourself. No offense. And just tell her you found the axe in a cave and leave it at that.
But, Doe, that's a fib.
Maynard, it's just a little fib, and a little fib is okay as long as it's told to protect somebody from something.
Protect who? From what?
You, from getting dragged off to the booby barn.
Okay, I'll do it, Doe. I don't understand it, but I'll do it.
Believe me, Maynard, it's for your own good.
Okay, I just tell Dr. Burkhart I wandered into this cave and found this axe thousands of years old. But I never told a lie before.
Maynard, you never passed a course before either.
Meet Maynard G. Krebs, boy fibber.
Look at these. Newspaper stories from all over the world about my friend Maynard G. Krebs. A Stone Age axe from a hillside cave lifted him from the lowest depths to the highest heights. Yes, Maynard was the hero of the campus. The members of the faculty praised Maynard to the skies. He'd brought great fame to S. Peter Pryor Junior College. Maynard loved the attention. In fact, he ate it up. And finally, the grand climax. Maynard was given the award as Archaeology's Man of the Year. Yes, those were good days in the life of Maynard G. Krebs. He was a hero, a scholar, a giant among men.
A bum!
You shouldn't call Mr. Krebs names like that.
No? What else would you call him?
Well, a bum.
Mr. Krebs, that Stone Age axe is a phony.
It's an imitation. I tested it myself for radiocarbon content. That's an absolutely foolproof way of determining how old a relic is.
My Uncle Mark could tell how old a horse was. What he'd do is open up the horse's mouth and look in. And if there were no teeth, He's an old horse.
It isn't 20,000 years old. Why, it isn't 20 years old. In fact, according to the radiocarbon test, it appears to have been made a couple of days ago, which happens to be exactly the day you visited the cave, Mr. Krebs.
Like fancy that.
That acts as an ingenious forgery.
Mr. Krebs, I trusted you, I believed you, and you deceived me like this. Where did you learn to be so tricky, so deceitful, so evil?
Watching gangster pictures in the late movie on TV.
Krebs, tell us the truth about this axe.
You're right, Eugene. Just I shouldn't have fibbed and said I found it.
Ah, that's better. All right. Where did it come from?
From Ugg.
Ugg? Who?
Ugg.
Krebs, the truth.
You really want me to tell you what happened?
So Maynard told him the story about his Indian friend. He told it so simply, so honestly, so directly that when he was finished, there was only one thing they could say.
Krebs, you're lying.
Mr. Krebs, do you expect us to believe that story?
No.
Dr. Burkhardt, do you think that boy has flipped his wig entirely?
I do.
Dean Magruder, before you do anything drastic, I suggest that we drive out to the caves
The caves?
to give Mr. Krebs a chance to produce his friend Ugg.
Dr. Burkhardt, you're not seriously suggesting that there really is a Stone Age Indian out there, are you?
Sure she is. Weren't you listening? How did you ever get to be Dean?
No, Dean Magruder, I certainly don't think that there's a Stone Age Indian out there, but there might be somebody, perhaps an eccentric hermit with a delusion that he's living in prehistoric times. Such a person might well have fooled Mr. Krebs.
Yeah, it's essential to pull the wood over my eyes. I'm Gulliver.
Mr. Krebs, that's wool, gullible. The whole idea is ridiculous.
Is it? After all, somebody made this axe.
Don't look at me, your professorship. In kindergarten, I flunked sand pile.
Remember, we came through here.
Yes, yes. And then we went around here and through there.
And when I left, Maynard was standing right there.
Oh, good buddy. It's me, Maynard G. Krebs from the Karen the comic book. Don't you remember? Hey, open up. Ugg! Ugg! Maybe you went out shopping.
Yes, to the supermarket for a dozen fresh dinosaur eggs. Come, Dr. Burkhardt. Miss Overholt, we've wasted enough time.
Maynard, you'd better drive back with us.
No, I think I'll stick around and wait for Ugg.
Ah, that's good thinking, Krebs. He's probably next door visiting his friends, the Flintstones. Ladies.
Goodbye, Maynard.
Good luck, Maynard.
Oh, yes. Krebs, come to attention. Krebs, dismissed.
Man is like drafted, expelled, disgraced, booted. And they took away all my shiny new medals. I'm like doomed, doomed, doomed. And all because Ugg wouldn't open his door. Oh, there you are, Mr. Ugg. Where were you when I needed you?
Agabu.
Oh, enough of the excuses. We gotta talk business. Would you please come back to the school so I can introduce you to the dean and Dr. Burkhardt? They're nice people, both of them. Well, except for the dean, and Dr. B ain't exactly the greatest neither.
Agabu.
You won't?
Obedu.
You like privacy?
Agura.
That's why you live in a cave?
Pura dog.
And you want peace and quiet and not a lot of people bugging you all the time.
Gigun.
Except for me, because I ain't like people. Like, thank you. Well, I guess nobody's ever gonna believe you're for real. Well, I guess it's like Flunksville for Maynard G. Krebs. Doom, doom, doom.
Gigun Bill.
You got like an idea?
Gagagi.
Oh, I dig. I take this picture back to school and I show it to the dean and Dr. Burkhardt. Then they know you're for real, not just a pigment of my imagination.
Agoba.
Oh, yeah, figment. Thanks a lot, Mr. Ugg. You're like a real human being, a heck of a good sport, and a great American.
Anguba. Gagin. Giububa.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. To you all Americans is immigrants, huh? Yeah. Oh, man, wait till the dean and Dr. Burkhardt see this picture. They gotta know you're for real.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
That's what my father kept saying, but after a while he got used to me.
Maynard, you already did that.
Mr. Krebs, you have discovered a member of a vestigial Stone Age community that has miraculously continued to exist after 20,000 years.
You mean Mr. Ugg is 20,000 years old?
No,
Man, he sure is well preserved. He don't look like a day over 10,000.
No, Mr. Krebs, it simply means that your friend is the last surviving member of a tribe that hasn't altered its customs or way of life since the Stone Age.
Imagine, hidden away in those caves. Their first contact with modern civilization was when this fellow Ugg ran into Maynard G. Krebs.
Dean Magruder, don't forget this tremendous scientific accomplishment was achieved by Maynard, Maynard alone.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. Krebs, my boy, once once again, you have joined the immortals of science.
Hey, how about that? And I flunked long division.
Oh, wait, listen to the newspapers. Every scientist in America will come here to meet Ugg.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yes, he'll probably be invited to Washington. New York will give him a ticker tape parade.
The first thing we have to do is to make him presentable.
Presentable? You mean like a shave and a haircut and clothes and hard shoes?
Yes.
I don't know. Mr. Ugg's, he ain't built for that kind of life.
We'll move him out of that cave and right into our museum.
But he's an independent spirit. He don't like to be locked up.
He has no choice. He has to. Science demands it.
Poor Mr. Ugg.
So we all drove out to the caves again, and you can imagine how we felt. Like pioneers in an undiscovered world, like Columbus or Magellan or Rod Serling. We decided that Maynard should go into the cave by himself first to make sure his friend Ugg wouldn't get scared and hide away.
They're outside waiting. They sent me in first to see if you want to see them.
Aguba?
No, just the dean, my teacher, and my good buddy Dobie.
Agu.
I gotta warn you, Mr. Ugg, you're like famous, and people want to take your picture and study you and all like that. You're face to face with civilization.
Igabu.
You have to wear a coat and a tie.
Agiba.
And real hard shoes.
Aguba.
Yeah, I know how you feel, Mr. Ugg. Civilization is rough. I mean, all them houses and stores and them electric lights and them big wide roads so folks can crawl bumper to bumper, and smog, and wonder drugs that cure diseases before they're even invented. But there's movies about the monster who devoured Cleveland, and Indians and cowboys fighting on TV, and...
Bobo?
No, the Indians always lose. Civilization is also tanks and guns and rockets and missiles and anti-missiles and anti-missile missiles and anti-missile missiles and bombs and fallout shelters and...
Mbaba?
I scared myself. If there's a back door to this case, you better zoom out and forget you ever heard about civilization.
Mbaba.
No, I mean it, Mr. Ugg. I mean, take your stone axes and your knife and your fishing rod and head for the deep, deep hills and leave civilization to us. We're stuck with it.
Oh. Alabuga.
Alabuga to you too, sir. It's been a gas.
Open up, Maynard. Open up.
Coming. He sows trouble.
Well, where is he? Where's your friend Ugg?
Dean, there ain't no person named Doug. Maynard. It's true, Doug. I made him up out of my head.
Mr. Krebs, you didn't.
Dr. B, I did.
Krebs, this is the last straw. You'll pay for this, I promise you.
Please, Dean Magruder, try to understand. Maynard's always been a little offbeat.
I'll offbeat him, dragging us here twice to meet some preposterous creature who only exists in his twisted imagination.
Well, I'm still not convinced of that, sir. Look. See? Fresh paint. And it still isn't finished. I've studied paintings of the Stone Age era for years, and this is perfect. The style, design, color, everything.
Maynard, there is an Indian, isn't there?
Of course there is. Maynard wouldn't lie. Maynard, tell us where he is.
There ain't no Indian, and I ain't gonna tell you where he is. Because if I do, you're gonna make him wear hard shoes, a coat, and a tie. You know, drag him out like he was some kind of freak, and everybody will push him and shove him and poke him.
You might as well give up, sir. Maynard's not going to help you. Are you, Maynard?
I made up my head.
We could hire bulldozers and tractors to tear up this entire mountain until we find him.
True. And what if we don't find him? What if we spend $200,000 or $300,000 digging up this mountain and find no Indian? And then the state legislature calls us and asks us, why did you spend all that money? And we say, a fellow told us there was an Indian around here. And they say, what fellow? And we introduce our star witness, Maynard G. Krebs.
I see your point. Well, you got another idea?
You bet I do. It's an idea I've used with great success in the past. Every time I'm in a situation that's utterly impossible like this, I slowly repeat, the whole thing never happened. The whole thing never happened. The whole thing never happened. The whole thing never happened.
The whole thing never
happened. The whole thing never happened. The whole thing never happened.
Good night, Mr. Ogg.
Aguga, Maynard G. Krebs.